Hey, welcome back to the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge, and today we have Happier Than Ever, a love letter to Los Angeles, featuring Billie Eilish. It's the name of her album from 2021, and this is a concert music video, basically, shot during the pandemic in a very empty Hollywood Bowl. This is her performing with her brother Phineas and a drummer here and there, and the LA Philharmonic, Gustavo Dudamel conducting. It's kind of a very LA thing. If you've never been to LA, if you've only seen it in movies, or you have an opinion about it that could be less than stellar, well, you're wrong. Just going to tell you that right now. Really, you can't really understand what LA is, and I am one of those people. I'm not from LA. I'm from the East Coast, and I never thought I would live 3 hours in the past in a place where what would I do in a place like this? Sure, see a few movie stars, walking up and down the streets. No, that doesn't happen. But why would anybody want to live here? It only has perfect weather, and oh yeah, by the way, everything you want to do is within an hour's drive, traffic permitting. So yeah, it's LA. Depending on where you live, literally sometimes it can differ by just a mile. Everybody's experience is very different. So LA is not just one thing, it's many things, but this is Billie Eilish's take on it all. She grew up here. She performed in the LA Children's Chorus, and that plays a big part in this concert because she gets the current LA, or at least the one in 2021, Children's Chorus to perform with her through a few of at least one of the songs. And basically, if you're wondering what kind of concert is this if there's no audience, well, first of all, you gotta understand Hollywood Bowl. It's a place you would dream about performing if you were a singer, even if nobody showed up. If I was a performer and literally there was nobody else in the world, I would still want to perform there. In fact, when everybody else is gone, and the apocalypse has happened and everybody's gone and I'm the last man on earth, I'm performing at the Hollywood Bowl. Just going to let you know right now, right where Billie was standing. Yeah, that's going to be me. I might even play some of her music and I'll just lip sync. So, if you're wondering what song she played, well, this is just the Happier Than Ever album from 2021. It is very much, you're not going to find Bad Guy or anything else. It's literally those songs, 16 songs in that order. But it's not just a concert. Yeah, I mean, also a lot of these were redone with the orchestra, so she's listed in my music apps as electronica or electronic, whatever. Yeah, there's a humongous component of that in her music, but I think there's so much more to it. She has a richer, more classic voice. To me, it's an, I don't want to say older voice, but it's you could literally pick her up in the present and travel her through time into the past. I mean, I don't know what the future looks like, but the past, throw 100 years into the past, and she would fit right in, performing on a stage somewhere with flappers around her, possibly. I don't know. You could throw her into a club and she'd fit right in with her music, with her voice, and it would be amazing. And you could take it through the decades. It fits. But in this case, obviously this modern era, her music is, especially this album, is all over the place. It is some very just. I don't want to mischaracterize her music, especially if you have no idea what she sounds like. Obviously, people who know who she is have already watched this. It came out 1.5 years ago, so yeah, you know what you're in for. But I held off watching this until this got picked. So I'm kind of sad I waited so long. But yeah, it's really good. Oh, and by the way, when it was over, actually I watched this and then I watched the making of. This is 1 hour and 5 minutes long. It says 6 here, but it's lying. It's 1 hour and 5 minutes long. And then there's a 30-minute making of documentary That's separate. I watched that too. I don't have it on my list because I knew it's the kind of thing that, you know what? I'm not going to watch this, even if it gets picked. I'm not going to watch the documentary before I watch the actual thing. So my rule is, if there are things that have documentaries for them, not counting the Star Wars and Marvel stuff, which I may have already watched or will hold off to watch when it gets picked. When it's something like this that I know that I haven't seen before, it has a documentary related to it, I'm going to hold off and watch the documentary with it. So really, I watched an hour and 35 minutes worth of Billie Eilish performing, and I love the behind the scenes things. And after that, it was over, as how it pops into the corner and then it shows you, recommends something next. It recommended The Mandalorian for me. Yeah, I'm already watching that, but why did it recommend The Mandalorian? Because one of the directors of this film, of this concert film, is Robert Rodriguez, who has worked extensively directing a number of Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett episodes. So yeah, Robert Rodriguez. You know him from his some of his more violent, more horror type films, but his more action packed stuff. Antonio Banderas, you got Machete, you got all these guys. Yeah, it's Robert Rodriguez. You don't really expect to be co-directing along with Carrie Asmussen and Patrick Osborne a concert video starring Billie Eilish. Oh, and one of the great things about this is that it's also animated, partially. There's an animated Billy in this who, during the songs, is kind of traveling throughout LA in this convertible. I can't remember what the make it is, but it's a little vintage convertible. And she's tooling around LA and different parts of it that you might recognize if you're from LA. And she's looking for something. She might be heading to the Hollywood Bowl. And all the while, real Billie is performing in the Hollywood Bowl, and she sometimes speaks between the songs, just says a little something, but for the most part, it is all music. It is, to me, just absolutely gorgeous. This is the kind of thing, I could probably put the music on if I put the album on if I feel like it. But now I think I might just throw this on in the background while I'm working at some points, just every once in a while glance up and see just the glory of the Hollywood Bowl and that whole area again. If you've never been to Los Angeles and you like going to concerts, find the opportunity to visit Los Angeles at a time when an artist you might want to see is performing at the Hollywood Bowl, and try to get tickets, because it is an experience like no other. I had gone to many shows over the years, primarily with Gustavo Dudamel conducting, along with, but primarily because John Williams, the creator of so many themes from Star Wars, Harry Potter, E.T., Raiders of the Lost Ark, and so much more, was conducting his classic music. And Gustavo also has taken part in that and other things throughout the years that I've gone there. It is, you get an idea of what the place looks like, because they film at daytime and they film at night. They filmed over a period of 4 days, but the Philharmonic Orchestra was involved for a long time in preparation for this. And the children's choir, there's a great moment. One of the reasons it's kind of neat to watch the documentary is you get to see, sort of from the perspective at least one of the girls, a few others that are in the chorus, and they interview this girl, and you get to see that maybe it wasn't going to be as expansive. It's not as focused on her. I mean, I guess they cut it down to a good half hour, but they spent some time with this girl who, among all the other ones, knew that they were coming in to practice this song that is included on one of the songs on Billie's album. The girls didn't know they were going to be performing with Billie, and that moment that dawns on them when she walks in is kind of cool. So yeah, I like Billie a lot. She's genuine. She seems really sweet, really down to earth, really real. Maybe I'm completely fooled. Maybe she's just a jerk rock star. I have no idea, but she comes off pretty real, and I appreciate that. And I'm feeling also she has the kind of honesty, just the way the things she talks about, the things she sings about, the way she discusses certain topics in her music, that gives me an idea that if she didn't like you, if she wouldn't get along with you, she'd pretty much kick your ass. So yeah, but at the same time, she seems super sweet. Yeah, yeah. I could listen to her stuff all day, all night. So thank you, Billy. And I'm one of these days I'm going to get to see you in concert. One of these days, I will. I don't know where I was trying to see her. Maybe it was the Hollywood Bowl. I was trying to see her over the last year. I'm not going to Coachella, just to let you know. I want to see it in a real venue. Not that crazy stuff. Anyway, Happier Than Ever. I highly recommend it if you like her, if you like her music, if you like music like hers. And yeah, your kids can watch this. There is some strong language, in at least one song. So if that's something that bothers you, or you think that you don't want to listen to your kids hear the S word, well, it's the kind of thing you got to expect from some of her lyrics, because they're fairly blunt. So yeah, highly recommended. Check it out when you get a chance. Let's pick tomorrow's episode.
499.
499. That's a bit of a scroll. Let's go. Okay. I do not know what this is, but I have a feeling it's a documentary of sorts. I don't think it's a reality show, but we'll find out soon enough when we watch The Rescue. Nope, that's what's next. What are we rescuing? I have no idea, but we're watching The Rescue next on the Disney Plus Everyday Challenge. I'll see you then.